This is Ryan Bolda. What's going on, everybody? Today is November 14th, 2023. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're doing good because we got some health and wellness topics to cover today. I wanted to talk about some stories and resources surrounding our topic of all natural herbs. I've never really talked about where we get our information from, so I do want to throw some of our resources out there for anyone who wants to do their own research. We got, and if you want to write the stuff down, go for it. We got the Herb Book, Stories, Science, and History of Herbs. This book offers a comprehensive look at herbs, covering their use throughout history for cooking, medicine, rituals, and more. It also discusses their role in the modern world, including gardening, food, cosmetics, and medicinal applications. Next one we got is Fascinating Herbal Histories from Around the World. Explores the history use of herbs in various cultures. For example, thyme was used as an antiseptic in ancient Samaria and was associated with bravery in ancient Greece. Fascinating herbal histories from around the world. Herb Folklore, Herbal Natural Remedies, The Old Farmer's Almanac. This resource dives into the folklore surrounding various herbs such as chervil, chervil, for curing hiccups, and chives for driving away diseases and pushing away evil spirits. Next we got the 9 most powerful medicinal plants and herbs backed by science. This is via Healthline, which is a website. This article from Healthline lists some of the most powerful medicinal plants and herbs like tea tree oil, echinacea. I couldn't even tell you how to spell Echinacea, echinacea, and discusses their benefits and uses. I can list links to all of these too. I think I'll probably put the links in this episode. And there's one more, but we'll skip that for now. But next we're going to talk about this unofficial Gallup poll. And basically, a Gallup poll is just an unofficial poll, large scale, released November 8th, found that a new record level of support for cannabis legalization among U.S. adults is topping over 70% after totaling a then record 68% for 3 years. So that's about a 2% increase over the last, 3 years. Positive direction, right? The poll found that 28% of the respondents opposed the reforms. Okay, so there's the other, so that would make 98%, with the 1.5% being unsure. In 1969, when Gallup first asked about legalizing cannabis, just 12% favored the reforms. In 1969. Fast forward 31 plus 23. So we're at 54 years later, we're at 70%. So we've went up 58%. You know, that's really awesome. Cannabis legalization was popular among a majority of subgroups, including 91% of self-identified liberals, 87% of Democrats, 55% of Republicans, and 70% of independents. Respondents are 18 to 34 years old. That's where mostly a lot of the support is coming from the 18 to 34-year-old age group, which actually makes quite a bit of sense to me because here I am about to turn 30 in February, and I fall under that same that same age group. So I don't know, it must be an age thing, and I'm proud of the people who are here in that demographic and share that same vision as I do, and that this show does, and that a lot of our sponsors do as well. I just kind of also wanted to note that I got this information from ganjapreneur.com. It's ganjapreneur.com. I don't know if you're cannabis-based business. I would encourage you to use Ganjapreneur to stay up to date. They do a really good job at keeping the information credible and valuable, and they have quite a bit of information on here. So check out Ganjapreneur, trusted online source for sure. Another thing we could talk about, Missouri, 100,000 cannabis expungement under Adult Use Act. Let's see what this is about. So Missouri has expunged nearly 100,000, I repeat, 100,000 convictions as part of the Adult Use Cannabis Constitutional Amendment approved by voters last year, reported by KMBC 9, which is, I'm assuming, their news station. Under the law, nearly every misdemeanor cannabis conviction was to be expunged by June 8th, except for offenders still incarcerated or currently supervised by the Department of Corrections. Felony convictions are supposed to be expunged by December 8th. So, I mean, at least it's happening. I mean, we're getting close to December 8th, so, cannabis convicted felons, you just got to hang in there a little bit longer. I know nobody thinks that. I mean, we got 70% of the country who believes we need to have reform changes. I mean, should I say any more? That's really awesome. That kind of gives me hope. It's like the best or the most, that is like the most genuine law towards cannabis I can really think of in the past couple of years, just in general. Like, the state is that is basically saying in a roundabout way that, hey, we fucked up. We know, we get it. We're going to make this right. We're starting that process. And I think that's all people really want. I don't even think people even care about accountability right now. It's more just about an acknowledgement that, hey, my bad. The government should just be like, yo, you know what, my bad. Let's just move on, brush under the rug, like mostly all the other stuff. And let's just move on and get that going. So I really appreciate that angle of how they went about that. And I think that's something that could be applied to various other states here, of course, as well. And now I got a special sponsored announcement for you guys. Pain is the number one reason why people use hemp-derived products and CBD products like the ones we distribute here on our online store, cbdsurgeons.shop. Imagine a world where relief is just a swipe away. Introducing the Relief Stick, your natural solution to life's aches and pains. Crafted right here in Michigan, our stick is infused with 2,000 milligrams of full-spectrum hemp extract, blending the power of nature with the art of wellness. Each application is a step towards all-natural tranquility. Our commitment to all-natural ingredients means you're not just choosing relief, you're choosing purity and care. Whether it's a long day's work or a strenuous workout, the Relief Stick is your companion in comfort, bringing the best of Michigan's goodness straight to you. The next time you're in pain, choose the Relief Stick. Nature's touch in your hands. Visit our website, cbdsurgeons.shop, or give us a call at 586-246-5852. You like that? I've been working on my podcasting and radio voice lately, try to get it a little smoother, try to make it sound a little bit better because I feel like I'm not as green now. I feel like I've gotten a good grasp on the podcasting, a good grasp on the content, a good grasp on moving forward with guests. I have a couple of good guests lined up, and I'm really excited to tell you guys about it once we get closer to the date. We got one at the beginning of January and one at the end of February that I'm like super excited to announce, but we got to get to that point first, and that's what it's all about. And we're going to get there too. So this next story I found on High Times, the website, the High Times. It's mostly for everything marijuana related, but it is expanded into hemp, wellness, cannabis, other healing stuff. So I found this story on there, and apparently racehorses can test positive for cocaine, meth, and ketamine. Who would have thought? Because I wouldn't have. So here's the story behind it. The owner of a racehorse that won a race last month in Malta has been fined after the horse tested positive for several different drugs. According to the Times of Malta, the Malta Racing Cup has fined the owner of a 6-year-old mare named Helena Jabay after the horse tested positive for cocaine, methamphetamine, ketamine, and stanozolol, which is a synthetic steroid. The owner, whose identity was not released, was also banned from entering any other races for at least 2 years. I definitely can't say that I'm surprised, but I seen this story and I thought to myself, I have to share that because that's not something I would really take into consideration. Maybe the steroids, definitely not meth, cocaine, and ketamine. Never would have thought of that cocktail to help win a horse race, but there's a lot of stuff that goes on, and I've talked with someone who is a horse, took care of Olympic horses. She was on the show, I think it was episode 7, and she had mentioned a lot of, she had mentioned that there are some pretty shady things that happen in that industry, and that's like a prime example of it right there. And, that could be some of the things that she alludes to. And, she's very professional and kind of keeps it under wraps and doesn't, go saying a whole bunch of stuff. But I can see where she's coming from after hearing, some kind of story like that, because that's just one person who got caught. I mean, think of all the races that go on and nobody finds out about it. So, food for thought. Irrelevant food for thought, but food for thought nonetheless. But now I'm going to get into my segment I usually end with, where we're kind of just talking about what's going on with myself, the Surgeons Company, and the past year of what's been going on. And last week we left off at me feeling weird and going home after this 3-day party extravaganza. Which, mind you, I minimally participated in. I participated kind of just to participate. And another weird thing, I shit you not, no sooner have I started talking about this, have I recently been contacted not like a threatening way or anything like that. It was just kind of like I reconnected with someone that I'm talking about in the story, and it's just weird, the timing and everything. I mean, I don't normally believe in coincidences. This might be one of these times where the timing is just kind of right, but I often don't believe in that, because that would have to mean several things that I couldn't confirm. But I mean, that kind of is just a continuation of the story that I'm talking about right now. I feel like on the 25th, I might be going to an event to see what's going on over there, and maybe, obviously catch the show and whatnot and see what's going on with the vendors and things like that. I don't know, maybe I could get in and be a vendor. Maybe I should ask. But check that out on the 25th. It's presented by a company that one of the people I'm talking about, actually, in this segment at the moment, he owns that company, and it looks like they're sponsoring it, and they got a few artists playing and whatnot. But back to the story. All right. So after that, I start doing my marketing stuff and the video work with this independent film producer. And mind you, he's going out of the country. I volunteer to watch his dog so he can go out of the country, and he's, and in return, he was going to take some pictures of our products in these landmark locations. It really wasn't like this complicated thing. I watch it, and that's just kind of how this all started. Now, mind you, there's a lot of stuff going on that I don't know about, and I probably will never know about. However, as a result of doing the photo shoot with my products, this independent film producer actually got a job to do a music video. And that's how this all kind of starts. All right, so for this music video, they're going around the world and they're doing all these shots to get for the music video to make it really cool and whatnot. So when they went, that's why they took our products and started taking some pictures. Well, the first trip, went fine. They were in the United States. Got some good stuff. You could check that out on the easiest place to find it would probably be on TikTok. But I made, or edited, I suppose. I edited several videos, or like a little promotional content videos, while they were out in these places. As far as like the list of places, it was California, Colombia, Brazil, and there was supposed to be a few others before, things went in a different direction, aka they went wrong, or there was just some other bullshit that was going on, which is still part of the story that I have yet to get to. So I'm editing these videos. They're sending to me from these destinations, posting them. I have like, I just got the Instagram going. I had partnered up with an Instagram influencer, and I was posting these videos and doing giveaways, and we're getting up there, gaining some followers, got up to 500 or so followers. Things were going good. We had helped put together like an online event. We helped do some promotion for that. I mean, we were just kind of getting involved, and things were, at least felt like they were going in a good direction. And I at least thought they were. So we partnered up to do this Hemp for Humanity thing. And this is where things start to get really hairy and really tricky, because we had a meeting, the people, the partners, and who went in on this, and part of it, the responsibility of, at least on my end, is I made promotional videos, and I included them in it as well for donating their time or donating products towards this event, because Hemp for Humanity was supposed to be an online event, and we were going to gather funds for Habitat for Humanity. That's why we called it Hemp for Humanity, because it was just a spin off of Habitat for Humanity, and that's who the giveaway was designed for. Mind you, I had put a lot of time into this. I did a lot with it, and as some of you probably know, it hasn't came to fruition yet, but we just are having to do it a different way. I wish we could do it online. I'm just not confident I have that kind of support right now to really drive it to be successful. If you're interested in getting involved in this, please let me know, because right now the plan is to use a local restaurant to drive in some, to put together a fundraiser to do it, locally. If you think you could have use for all these donated items that we have for Hemp for Humanity, please reach out to me. You can email operations@cbdsurgeons.shop. Just throwing it out there. As far as how that went, I was feeling good about it. I had some cooperation. Ruga Montato and Simply Professional Formula. Shout out to them. I still talk to them. Rob and Josh. They've been really understanding throughout this whole scenario. I'm not sure how affected they were by working with this influencer or not, or if they still do or not, but all I can say is that this person, wouldn't say they screwed me over, but they left me hanging, and they left me out to the wolves basically. And it was like this whole thing, like the cannabis industry is so savage. These people are coming up with like the craziest things to attach ourselves to our company or to me or the podcast. And I mean, I get it, but I'm only trying to work with positive people. We're only trying to bring positive people onto this podcast, and we're only trying to be positive because wellness is all about your state of mind, and having a good attitude to begin with is the start of everything. These herbs and practices help you maintain that balance of homeostasis. You'll hear me mention the word homeostasis quite a bit, just because that's the proper word to use, of internal balance, and that's what a lot of practices reference. Again, I would like to remind everybody that I'm not a doctor. Nobody at our staff has a PhD. We're not claiming to have a medical license at all. We just sell hemp-derived products, and we give you our opinion on some of the news going on, and we try to make some ongoing issues, more well known to the public. That's this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Ryan Bolda, and you'll talk to me soon. In a fake world, I'm here to bring you the all-natural answers. You're listening to Only the Best Herbs. I'm Ryan Bolda with SRGN Networks, and we'll talk soon.